Feeding's on Dewey are rising to the moon.
Out of night, there's nowhere left to hide.
Welcome to Pure Power Wrestling Power Slam on Shaw Spotlight. A little bit of a new voice for you today. We've got your PPW Heavyweight Champion Sydney Steele filling in for Bulldog McBain, proving that not only am I the best in the ring and the best on the microphone, but I am the best behind the commentary booth. And here, we've got the man I wanted to have a front row seat to watch tonight, none other than Crude Oil, Cody Mac, who's advanced to the semifinals of next week's Summer Sizzler Tournament. And just remember, a little bit of a side bet between Cody Mac and I. A little bit of a side bet between Cody Mac and I. If Cody Mac can win the whole thing in the Summer Sizzler, I'm gonna give him a shot at the PPW Heavyweight Championship, but tonight he's with the Killer B. Lock up in an easy break from Cody Mac. I've said it many times. I might not like Cody Mac, but I have to respect what he can do inside of a professional wrestling ring, and I have a feeling he's gonna show it tonight with the Killer B. Another lockup here, collar and elbow tie-up. Cody Mac in firm control, easy break. I think the Killer B breaking on this one, knowing he wasn't gonna budge Cody Mac. He wasn't going to do anything to Cody Mac. Cody Mac measuring another collar and elbow tie-up, and Cody Mac throwing the Killer B to the mat. This is the kind of animalistic offense that frankly disgusts me about Crude Oil, Cody Mac. He is a tough guy, but he is an animal when he gets in that ring. Another collar and elbow tie-up, the Killer B attempts to go behind, and well, I don't think it's gonna have much impact on Cody Mac. Cody Mac throwing him off with a side headlock takeover. Killer B now slowly getting back to his feet. Cody Mac, another collar and elbow tie-up, a go behind here by Cody Mac. And Mac has got him up, and Mac puts him down, floats over with a front face lock. Cody Mac, he's usually more of a smash mouth type athlete, but the truth is that he can go in that ring. Reversal by the Killer B, easy reversal by Cody. You have to wonder if Cody is looking ahead 1 week to the Stormbringer in the Summer Sizzler Tournament. And frankly, you know, he almost has to be. Cody now rolls him up with the cradle. 1, 2, only a 2 count. He's got to be looking ahead to the Stormbringer, to the Summer Sizzler Tournament, because he's got to win that tournament to get a shot at me after I beat Sweet Daddy Soul at the Summer Sizzler. We've got a side headlock and a headlock takeover from Cody Mac. Really displaying his wrestling ability here. The Killer Bee attempts to reverse, only able to get a 1. Cody Mac now pulling the Killer Bee right back up to his feet.
Yeah.
Mac takes an arm wringer and an elbow to the shoulder. I have felt that kind of force before from Cody Mac. That will separate your shoulder for sure. Big right hands from Cody Mac. Rings the arm. Irish whip puts the Killer Bee in the corner. The Bee, though, moves out of the way. We've got that hip attack and another hip attack from the Killer Bee. Coming in, and a third hip attack from the Killer Bee. Using that stinger, putting it to good use against Cody Mac. And Cody Mac, out of nowhere, with a spear, puts down the Killer Bee. And, well, this is the type of offense I wanted to be here to see firsthand, front row, from Crude Oil Cody Mac. This is the kind of offense that does untold damage to his opponents. And Jackhammer puts the Killer Bee down. Academic, 1, 2, 3. Cody Mac picks up the victory here, heading into the Summer Sizzler. As I've said, I do not like Cody Mac, but I have no choice but to respect Cody Mac and what he does in this ring. But as I've said, I don't think Cody Mac has a hope in hell of winning the Summer Sizzler Tournament and getting a shot at my title. What's Cody Mac thinking here? Well, a handshake, a little show of respect, a little show of sportsmanship. But truthfully, yeah, you point to me, Cody Mac. Point to me all you want. You're not winning the Summer Sizzler. And it's an attitude like that. It's an attitude like that, shaking that man's hand. That's why you're not winning the Summer Sizzler Tournament.
If that is not an example of what Crude Oil Cody Mac is capable of, and if that is not enough of a warning for Stormbringer, the sexy cowboy, and in you, Sydney Steele, of what things are going to be like, you better hold on to that title real tight. Because that $5,000 when I win the Summer Sizzler is gonna get me one step closer to you. All right? How you feeling, cowboy? You feeling good? Feeling great. Feeling good? Sexy. Hey, I'll tell you what, Crude Oil. Summer Sizzler Tour. July 10th. $5,000 on the line. Crude Oil, you're an obstacle between the cowboy and I getting the money to stick around. Tell you what, Crude Oil, I'm calling the shot. Don't take that hard hat off, you overgrown goof. Crude Oil, do your push-ups, son. Make sure you're flexible. July 10th, I'm gonna break your neck, son.
And we are back here on PowerSlamTV. Still your best in the ring, best on the mic. PPW heavyweight champion Sydney Steele here at ringside, being joined by two of my favorite pro wrestlers, the Bad Seeds.
Ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready, cowboy. Style points for the cowboy. As I said, two of my favorite professional wrestlers, the Bad Seeds. Two badass guys gonna get it on in the ring tonight. Well, folks, this is a PSA. If anyone out there has seen a set of glasses that say Sexy Cowboy on them, please contact Pure Power Wrestling. We need to return these glasses to the cowboy. Just waiting on Bryn Watt's opponent here tonight. And his opponent tonight, Tyson Hiller, a guy I mopped the floor with just a few weeks ago. Tyson Hiller has got the glasses in his hand. Tyson Hiller has Cowboy's glasses in his hand. Is Tyson Hiller a thief? I've always had a feeling this kid was a thief.
I saw him fair and square.
You know, just like when I beat him in the ring, I had a feeling he was a thief.
Give him back, kid.
Come on, Tyson. Come on, Tyson. Do the right thing. Give those sunglasses back.
I want my glasses.
You're an apt athlete. You don't need to be a thief, kid.
Give him back. Give him back, Hiller.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Tyson Hiller doing the right thing. Giving the sexy cowboy his glasses back.
Sexy cowboy, give my glasses back.
The glasses back in the possession of the bad seeds. A move that is 100% Sydney Steele approved. And here we go, we're underway. The Cowboy, veteran instincts, rolling out under the bottom rope. Not the kind, not the style of competition that makes you a PPW heavyweight champion like myself, but a very intelligent style of competition from the Cowboy. Going to keep this at his pace, not the blinding pace wrestled by your heavyweight champion Sydney Steele. Not the blinding pace that I'm going to wrestle next week when I put Sweet Daddy Soul in the ground, but an intelligent pace nonetheless from the Cowboy. We are ready to go. Tyson Hiller, Bryn Watts in our second match of the evening. We've got a collar and elbow tie-up in the center of the ring. Cowboy now takes a side headlock. He's got that in tight. I felt that side headlock from the Cowboy. I can vouch for just how tight it is, but Tyson Hiller now able to get out into a hammerlock.
Let's go, Cowboy.
Cowboy now having a little bit of a struggle reversing here. I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, come on now. Yeah.
Cowboy now goes behind, hammerlock of his own.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And transitions right back into that side headlock. Impressive wrestling acumen from the Cowboy. Side headlock takeover takes Tyson Hiller down. Tyson Hiller, an incredible athlete, not championship caliber like myself. As we saw just a few weeks ago, Cowboy C easily kicking out of that pin. Hiller, an incredible athlete, but not quite championship caliber like myself. Reversing here. Hiller's got that head scissors in pretty tight. Cowboy trying to get loose. Trying to loosen it up. Able to make that transition over onto his stomach, planting his head in the mat. Not able to get the ears out, but flips over into a pin. Hiller kicks out, but Cowboy already positioned in that side headlock. Hiller, though, with the reversal. Cowboy now taking a reverse bear hug, a shot to the midsection of Tyson Hiller. And Hiller's head off that top turnbuckle. Cowboy with a shot to the face. A right hand to the jaw. Irish whip puts Hiller in hard. Sexy Cowboy trying for the style points, maybe taking a little bit too much time. Focusing on the camera, Hiller able to get the boot up. What did I say? A little bit too much time. Not your championship caliber wrestling, but a big drop kick from Tyson Hiller, taking control, cover, hooks the leg, only one. Cowboy out real quick. Tyson Hiller now transitions into that side headlock. And Cowboy, a very beautiful technical reversal there. Dumping Tyson Hiller to the floor. Complete disrespect. And the Stormbringer now helping Tyson Hiller back to his feet, being completely sportsmanlike. It looks like Hiller may have slipped there and caught his face on the side of the apron.
Ready?
Oh, I'm ready. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Are we ready?
Oh, we're ready.
Style point!
Style points from the Cowboy. Your PPW heavyweight champion gives that a perfect 10. Oh, Tyson Hiller, though, blocks a second time. A shot to the Cowboy, and Cowboy face first off the Stokes Pharmacy apron. And again, face first off the Stokes Pharmacy apron of pain. Hiller now rolls the Cowboy back in the ring. Hooking a leg, a kick out by Tyson Hiller. I've seen these two men wrestle a number of times across Western Canada. It is always entertaining. And the Cowboy, another brilliant technical reversal to take over. And a suplex puts Tyson Hiller down. Suplex so hard I saw the entire ring give way just a little bit. Hooks the leg, only a 2. Hooks the leg, only a 2. Not enough to put Tyson Hiller away. As I've said, an athlete the caliber of Tyson Hiller, maybe not championship caliber, but an athlete the caliber of Tyson Hiller, tough nonetheless. It's going to take a lot to put him away. Big shot to the jaw. And Watts has got him hooked. He's thinking fisherman suplex. Fisherman buster. A fisherman buster puts Tyson Hiller down.
Sexy Cowboy!
Oh, it's time for the sexy Cowboy.
Bring it!
The sexy Cowboy looking for the style points.
So sexy! So sexy!
Looking for the style points.
Right there. Gonna boot her up. Put him on, brother.
He's got the glasses back. He's looking for the style points here tonight, folks. He's gonna beat Tyson Hiller with the sexy Cowboy glasses on. Wait, what?
What?
Well, it doesn't say sexy Cowboy.
It says ugly cowboy.
Ugly Cowboy.
Ugly cowboy.
Ugly Cowboy.
Ugly cowboy.
Ugly Cowboy.
I'm not ugly cowboy.
You are not ugly Cowboy. You are the sexy Cowboy. You stole those glasses fair and square.
I'll change them.
Well, Stormbringer now he's going to try and figure out how to change those glasses. Bryn Watts, though. Bryn Watts is going to be paying attention.
You all know this
Watts is going to be paying attention.
You all know that he is not.
Watts is going to be paying attention.
You all know that he is a sexy cowboy.
Push up top, Tyson Hiller. Big crossbody. 1, 2, 3. Tyson Hiller picks up the win. Picks up the shock win over the Cowboy Bryn Watts. Tyson Hiller with the win. The distraction caused by the ugly Cowboy glasses, and Tyson Hiller picks up the win. Folks, an incredible win here from Tyson Hiller. I have a feeling this is not the last we've heard from Bryn Watts.
July 25th, 2020. Last year's Summer Sizzler is when I started to make an impact in PPW. I spent that whole year proving why I am one of the best rookies in professional wrestling. This year's Summer Sizzler, I've already beaten Tyson Hiller. That's fine, that's in the past. Tonight, we're gonna find out who I face in the semifinals. Could it be Jumpin Josh? Could it be THC? Truthfully, it does not matter. Jumpin Josh, as you see, I've already beaten you. And yes, I do admire your new attitude, but trust me, it's not enough. And I've spent 30 years living in the desert. Trust me when I say, I know how to beat the heat.
PowerSlamTV, it is time for your main event of the evening. Round 1 of the Summer Sizzler between two men that I know really, really well. Travis the Heat Copeland being one of them. A man that I have beaten, but you know what? Even I have to admit, has pushed me to my limit. as PPW heavyweight champion. I don't like Travis Copeland. I despise Travis Copeland, but I've got to respect what Travis Copeland can do when that bell sounds. And he's taking on tonight none other than Jumpin Josh, another guy. Jumpin Josh, get me in on this. Get me in on this. Another guy I have never liked before, but you know what, Josh? I'm starting to warm up to you a little bit. I'm starting to like you, Jumpin Josh.
This guy,
Oh,
immaculate. Look at this jacket.
oh, Jumpin Josh,
Nothing
immaculate
under a grand
style.
for that jacket. I gotta wrap up the panel. Trying to beat THC. Standing in the ring there. It's tough, right here.
Like I said, a guy I have never really been a fan of in Jumpin Josh, but I gotta say, I'm starting to come around. I'm starting to like this little bit of a new attitude that we are seeing from Jumpin Josh. You know, he could change a few things. He could care a little bit less about what the fans think, but to be honest with you, I'm starting to like this new attitude that we're seeing from Jumpin Josh. He's a good kid, a good young man. Two former PPW Cruiserweight champions in the ring, ready to go. That bell sounds, and we are underway in our first round Summer Sizzler contest. Collar and elbow tie-up here. Who's gonna come out on top? Travis Copeland. Hard, snug side headlock. I have felt that side headlock before. He grinds that forearm bone into your cheekbone. Very uncomfortable, but Jumpin Josh able to reverse. Good work, kid. Good work, Jumpin Josh. Oh! Shot to the midsection here. Go behind. Travis Copeland, he's got that waist lock. May have some trouble holding it in. Jumpin Josh, very slight frame, but that wiry frame allows him to get out of holds like this very well. It's very impressive. Roll up here from Jumpin Josh. 2 count only, not able to put THC away quite yet. Transitioning here back into that side headlock. Both these men, former Cruiserweight champions, both these men want to move on in the Summer Sizzler Tournament. Jumpin Josh making it to the finals of last year's tournament as he attempts a tackle, but THC, it's gonna take more than that to put him down. It's gonna take an athlete the size of a Sydney Steele to put THC down. Another tackle attempt. THC still on his feet.
Come on. Let's go, Josh.
Jumpin Josh in, and finally able to put THC down. Hooks a leg. Copeland out at 1. If there's one thing I know, it's that THC has the gas tank to have this match go all night long. Him and I have wrestled in a 60-plus minute Iron Man match in the past. I know he's got the gas tank. He never wears out. Can the same be said for Jumpin Josh? THC with the reversal, puts him down with a drop kick. That drop kick straight to the jaw. Jumpin Josh taking a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather here.
Make sure the pearly whites is still there. They make the money.
Well, Jumpin Josh making sure those teeth are still where they need to be. When he first came to us, he had a mouthful of braces, and now he's a former Cruiserweight champion. But Travis Copeland with the waist lock takedown, transitioning into the front face lock. Rolls him over into a pin. And Copeland now has that hold in tight. Has that hold in tight on Jumpin Josh. And the big shot to the arm. Hyperextending the elbow, driving the knee into the back of the tricep. And the elbow drop to the arm. Transitioning into a top wrist lock now.
Hey, not so slick right now, eh?
He says no.
THC talking a little bit of trash. As I said, I do not like Travis Copeland, but there's no way I can say that I don't respect what he does between those ropes. 2 championship caliber opponents. And Travis Copeland, it looks like he might have slipped. Maybe Jumpin Josh getting his hands a little bit caught up in the greasy locks of Travis Copeland. Shot to the midsection, and Copeland face first off the turnbuckle. Jumpin Josh helping Travis across the ring. Helping Travis across the ring. Travis having some vision issues now. You can hear those kicks to the chest from Jumpin Josh, followed up by a snapmare. Oh, and listen to the kick to the back as he hooks the leg. Only two. Only two from Jumpin Josh. It's gonna take more than that to put THC away. Now I gotta say, if it were me in that ring, if it were me, this match would probably be over. But I decided to sit out this year's Summer Sizzler Tournament, let a few other guys have an opportunity to shine, and instead, next week I'm gonna go one-on-one with Sweet Daddy Soul, Mexican superstar, defending my PPW Heavyweight Championship as Travis Copeland now in firm control. Big body slam. Drops the elbow. The point of the elbow right to the throat of Jumpin Josh, and another one. Another elbow, and a dual leg drop from Travis Copeland, hooking the leg. Two, only two. Travis Copeland in control. Jumpin Josh. Jumpin Josh fighting for a reversal. May have made incidental contact with the eyes. I can't quite be sure. I was looking away at that time. But Jumpin Josh now in firm control.
You know what you're talking about. I didn't do nothing.
Jumpin Josh, I mean, at worst, incidental contact. And there we see a shoulder to the midsection. Jumpin Josh waving to his fans at home. Jumpin Josh, one of the top athletes here in Pure Power Wrestling, and the fact is he knows it as he drives a knee up under the jaw of Travis Copeland, measuring Copeland, and THC down. Josh now hooks the leg, 2 count. Not a perfectly positioned pin. Might have had THC if he'd had that 1 split second earlier. Copeland now making his way back to his feet. Jumpin Josh in control, just like I'll be in control next week when I go one-on-one with Sweet Daddy Soul, Mexican sensation, coming here to Lethbridge. Thinks that he's gonna take my PPW Heavyweight Championship, but he's gonna learn just like everyone else has for the last 2 years. Sydney Steele is unbeatable. Jumpin Josh now looking for a third suplex. Travis Copeland able to reverse. Couple of shots to the midsection. Copeland now with that sit-out suplex, hooks a leg. Only 2, not quite enough to put away this tough young athlete, Jumpin Josh. As I've said, I have been in the ring with both of these men, and I can attest firsthand to exactly how tough Jumpin Josh and Travis Copeland are. Both men now scratching and clawing, doing what they need to do to advance to the semifinals of the Summer Sizzler Tournament next week, July 10th, right back here at the Pure Power Academy. Folks, you can get your tickets to the Summer Sizzler right now at King of Trade and purepowerwrestling.ca. This is just a small sample of what you can expect next week, live, when PPW has fans back live at that event, the Summer Sizzler, as Travis Copeland delivers a huge elbow to the chest of Jumpin Josh, hooks the leg. Still not quite enough. Very nearly enough to put Jumpin Josh away, but still not quite enough. Jumpin Josh, I think running on adrenaline now, following what we saw to kick off tonight's show. A brawl in the parking lot. A brawl in the parking lot where he left Dewey Robson laid out. Jumpin Josh now eats a boot to the face. Oh, and the blockbuster from Travis Copeland. I have felt that move. It sends a shock through your body. But Jumpin Josh, very game, able to kick out. A very game Jumpin Josh, able to kick out at 2. Copeland now, I think, must be getting frustrated, looking towards winning. Well, one of 2 things he has never won here in Pure Power Wrestling, that being the Summer Sizzler Tournament and the PPW Heavyweight Championship. But now, looking looking to reduce that to 1 by winning the Summer Sizzler Tournament, but he's got to get through Jumpin Josh here tonight. Irish whip. Jumpin Josh clearing out of the way. Oh, did you hear that kick? Oh! Folks, I am staying silent on these kicks on purpose. Big kicks to the chest and back from Jumpin Josh as he makes a cocky cover. And a double stomp. A double stomp. 2 men at the top of their game. 2 of the best PPW has ever seen. Not as good as Sydney Steele as your heavyweight champion. And well, we're being joined out here now by Dewey Robson, the man that Jumpin Josh left laid out earlier tonight. Dewey Robson, are you having a little bit of fun? Having a little bit of fun with Jumpin Josh? Well, he's got his hands on Josh's shirt. He's got his hands on Josh's shirt now. What is Dewey Robson doing? What has Dewey Robson got in mind? He's got his hands on Josh's shirt.
That doesn't fit.
Well, that shirt's not gonna fit Dewey Robson.
It kind of fits.
Dewey Robson, way too beefy to wear Jumpin Josh's shirt.
That is worth more than I'm willing to admit. You put
Jumpin Josh, though, turning his attention to Dewey Robson, not paying attention to Travis Copeland. We have had an epidemic of competitors not paying attention to their opponents tonight and having it cost them. And I mean, mistakes that a champion like myself would not make being made by these, we'll say, slightly lower level competitors. And the Olympic Slam. We are in an Olympic year celebrating the 2020 Olympics. THC with the Olympic Slam. Only a 2 count. Only a 2 count, not able to put Jumpin Josh away.
Summer Sizzler, fella. Let's go.
Dewey Robson said it all. This is all about the Summer Sizzler. All about glory for these 2 men. Jumpin Josh like a child. Like a baby. Holding on to the leg of THC. And THC showing him what happens when you hold on to the leg like a baby. Shot to the back. Knee to the chest.
Bring more of that, Josh.
Big uppercut now from Travis Copeland. Irish whip. Jumpin Josh ducks. Oh, and he eats up the point of the elbow up under the jaw from THC.
Come on, ref.
Copeland now hooks the leg. 2. Oh, Jumpin Josh in the ropes. It breaks your heart, but it kinda doesn't. To see Jumpin Josh in the ropes. THC not fully aware of his ring positioning. THC now pulling Jumpin Josh back up to his feet. Irish whip. He's got Josh. Josh reverses. Josh has got him hooked. Are we gonna see it? The reverse DDT slicer hooks the leg. Only 2. Hooks the leg. Only a 2 count. Not quite ready to put THC away.
How about this?
That's my
Oh, Dewey Robson. Dewey Robson.
Those are my sunglasses.
Dewey Robson getting into the head tonight of Jumpin Josh, a man who left him laid out as we kicked off tonight's broadcast. The double foot stomp to Travis Copeland. Jumpin Josh though. Jumpin Josh though. Jumpin Josh falling into this epidemic, paying attention to a man who's not his opponent. Is it going to cost him? This is not the way champions wrestle, Josh, I would know. Copeland now face first off the turnbuckle.
Come on, that corner.
Jumpin Josh with the Irish whip, follows it up with a clothesline. And Josh puts him down with a bulldog headlock takedown. Josh now rolls him over. 2 count only. Not quite able to put Travis Copeland away. Jumpin Josh in full control. We've got a knee to the midsection. Wrenches that arm. Irish whip. Travis ducks underneath. And a double clothesline. Both men are down. Jumpin Josh tries to get back to his feet. Lands face first on the mat. 2 championship caliber competitors here. Not champions, mind you. Sydney Steele, your PPW heavyweight champion. And speaking of champions, I will have that championship on the line as I dominate. I repeat, dominate Sweet Daddy Soul next week right here at the Pure Power Academy at PPW Summer Sizzler. You can get your tickets now at purepowerwrestling.ca or King of Trade as we see Travis Copeland now back to his feet. Jumpin Josh around, big clothesline from Copeland, puts the jumpy boy down. The back elbow up underneath the chin, and a drop kick. A little bit of a low drop kick right to the chest. Copeland now makes the cover. Still not enough. Still not enough to put this tough kid away. Copeland, one of the toughest competitors you're ever going to see in a pure power wrestling ring. Shot to the midsection of Jumpin Josh.
Okay, let's go.
Looking for that twist of fate. Jumpin Josh now able to spin out. He's looking for that crippler crossface. Jumpin Josh has got the crippler crossface locked in. Is Travis Copeland going to tap out? Are we going to see Jumpin Josh move on to the second round, the semifinals of the Summer Sizzler? We've got Dewey Robson here taking selfies. Dewey Robson taking selfies on Jumpin Josh's phone. You do not touch another man's property, Dewey Robson. You do not take selfies on another man's phone.
You stop. You stop right now. You stop. You're from
The number 1 commandment, thou shalt not take selfies on another man's phone, Dewey.
No.
Jumpin Josh. Jumpin Josh begging Dewey Robson to put that phone down. Dewey doing the right thing. Dewey is doing the right thing. He is doing what is right here tonight. But Jumpin Josh, Jumpin Josh, Jumpin Josh, Jumpin Josh, don't turn around. Jumpin Josh, don't turn around. Jumpin Josh, shot to the midsection. Twist of fate puts Jumpin Josh down. 1, 2, 3. Jumpin Josh down. Travis Copeland advancing to the semifinals of the Summer Sizzler Tournament. Back right here next Saturday, July the 10th at the Pure Power Academy with fans for the first time in 8 months. Our next semifinalist moving on to face Tyler Knox in the Summer Sizzler Tournament. And folks, you can get your tickets at purepowerwrestling.ca or King of Trade. As this man, Travis Copeland, takes on Tyler Knox in the semifinals. We've also got the Stormbringer taking on Cody Mac in the semifinals. And the winner of those 2 matches will face one another in the main event of the evening. And well, we've still got Dewey Robson here at ringside. Dewey Robson and Jumpin Josh. Jumpin Josh a little dejected here. Dewey getting in the ring. What's Dewey thinking?
Josh, sorry pal, it's just the way she goes sometimes. Can't always get that W, you know. Good news, Josh. Whenever a door closes, another one opens. Looks like you got an opening for a match next week, July 10th, Summer Sizzler. Me and you finally one-on-one. Nobody's gonna save you. Me and you, pal. I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna knock some sense into this head of yours.
Well, folks, the gauntlet has been laid down. Dewey Robson, Jumpin Josh, one-on-one next Saturday, July 10th at the Summer Sizzler event.
to tamer again.
Jumpin Josh, Dewey Robson, it looks like we're on. It looks like the match.
You know what? He knows what he's done. You're on.
The match has been accepted. The match has been accepted. In addition to the Summer Sizzler Tournament, in addition to Sydney Steele defending his heavyweight championship against Sweet Daddy Soul, in addition, we have Jumpin Josh and Dewey Robson one-on-one at the Summer Sizzler. This has been Sydney Steele. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at the Sizzler.